It's time for Dents and Dreams, a painless dent repair podcast focusing on how you can use the fruits of this wonderful trade we call PDR to achieve your wildest dreams. I'm John Vidine, your friendly neighborhood dent reaper and host of Dents and Dreams. Now, let's get started. Let's get started indeed.
Hello.
Oh yeah. We got a banger here tonight, kids. Welcome in. We've got, everybody knows Lee Roth. Most of my listeners would know Lee Roth, the PDR Zen master of Ding King. And then we got some new faces that you may or may not know. I'm sure you've seen Kirk Evans around. Kirk, why don't you give a brief synopsis, a resume letter, if you will.
Long story short, I've been in the detail industry for about 25 years. I started as a passion. I went to college and didn't use any of that education, and really loved cars. Did show cars and kind of took off from there. 25 years later, here I am wanting to pass the torch on to the next generation of detailers and education and getting people into networking and showing the different side of it. And I think it's time for me to do that. I've enjoyed it a lot. I've met everyone here in that industry, and we're trying to bridge that gap between detailing and PDR. So looking forward to that. That's kind of what we have in store coming up here in just a few weeks.
Absolutely. Excellent. Love it. And then Sarah, if you want to maybe do the same, tell people who you are, where you're from, and all that good fun.
Cool.
My name is fun.
Sarah, don't make me cry on the internet.
I won't. I promise. Phil. No, I can't promise, but I'll try. My name's Sarah Coleman Leanhart. I am the Bigfoot Academy facilitator manager here for Rupes USA. I'm also a field technician, field tech. So I go out and I basically get to teach incredible detailers and technicians all around the country how to do their jobs just a little bit more efficiently. And it's incredible. I've been doing this for a little bit over 10 years now. So I've done, anywhere from, the dealership life to mobile detailing to working in a 10,000 square foot, showroom facility. I've done a little bit of PDR. But most importantly, I care about the people and the businesses and seeing them, do what they love to do and to make a living off of it. So I'm really, really stoked for this class coming up. I think it's gonna be pretty incredible.
Heck yeah. I'm very excited as well, man. This everybody will notice there is a ticker going across saying when and where this it's a 3-day PDR fundamentals and spot sanding, buffing, spot paint correction. I don't know how we say that exactly. I'll refer to the experts.
We're going to have to invent a new word if you're doing it all together. It's it's going to be something new. We got to coin it though. We got to get the credit. So
yeah, we need a hashtag.
Absolutely. But yeah, the ticker tells you how you can get involved there, and there is a link in the description of this post to the Facebook event. That's the first link you'll see there, guys. So if you want to learn more about it, click on there and send Lee an email, and hopefully we can still get you a spot.
It's June 17th and 19th. And let me tell you, it's at the Bigfoot Academy. If you hadn't been there, that's the place to go. It's an awesome facility. It really makes you wish your shop looked better, You get there and it's...
besides the whole thing I'm excited about, I'm excited to get to go there because I've never been. As long as I've known Sarah and I know Jason Rose and I know Ilya, and everybody there is phenomenal and I love their products. I've never gotten to go to the Academy, and I'm excited as hell to see it. I mean, I've heard all about it. Sarah's told me all about it, kind of seen pictures and everything, but I'm excited to be there.
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Learning's kind of like the byproduct of the event. I mean, you'll meet some of your best friends across the nation than you will in your own hometown. I tell you, once you get like-minded people in a room and we're all stoked and excited and passionate about the same thing, I mean, it shifts the environment, and it's kind of like a vacation if you're really passionate about this industry. So,
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally agree with you.
All these events, I mean, every event I've been to is unique in its own way, but man, always tons of fun. I always walk away with new connection, and yeah, I'm excited to meet everybody.
Yeah, I am too. You know, Kurt, you know the story about how I met. I believe yourself. I think you were there, and then Josh.
I might have been there.
Well, I don't remember. Paul Kane, Josh Hernandez. I met all those guys that night at Senior Frogs at MTE. Yes. We all went out, and it was like the first time I ever hung out with a bunch of detailers. We had a blast.
Yeah.
I mean, the networking, it was so much fun. And you know, it was amazing. And like John said, every event we ever go to, whether it's MTE, SEMA, PDR Expo, when I was at Shine Time with both of y'all, so I saw both of y'all at Shine Time last year. It was an incredible event. We had so much fun, and getting to meet new people that I had never met before, and got people I stay in contact with today, and getting to see you guys that I hadn't seen since earlier that year at MTE. It's amazing. These people don't really realize what these events do. You're right. It's not. Yeah, the training is going to be great. It's going to be the fundamentals. We're going to introduce PDR to people that maybe have never even seen it happen before. Yeah. And then Sarah's going to do the spot wet sanding and paint correction and buffing part of it on Friday. But it's the connections that we're going to make that is the true heart and soul of what these are about. It's just great. I'm so excited to be able to be a part of this, and I appreciate Rupes for reaching out to me and wanting us to do this. And then I invited John to be a part of it, and it's just great. And to be honest with you, the absolute, and I just saw she jumped on here. The Melissa Willie just jumped in here, and so I'm super excited to announce that not only at the event, which is again June 17th through the 19th at the Bigfoot Academy, not only did I invite John, the Dent Reaper, to be there with a full load of all of his stuff to show off, so people can really see what's available out there in our industry. But Melissa Willie and Rob Willie, Willie Quick Tools, who live in the area, they're going to be there probably on Thursday to have a bunch of their equipment and their tools and their accessories available to show off as well. I got a message the other night. Actually, I got a call from the incredible Christina from Anson PDR, letting me know that she was trying to put something together. And then that night, I got a call from James Lee of Eliminate Lights, who obviously a lot of people, most of our industry knows it, is now affiliated with Anson. James Lee and his fiance Tracy are going to be at the event. They're coming.
Oh, that's awesome.
Assumingly, I don't have all the specifics, but I'm guessing they're bringing a whole bunch of the Eliminate stuff, Anson products, things like that. And then today, I got a text message this morning, and this isn't 100% confirmed, but it should happen. Bonnie from PDR Finesse Tools is planning on having one of their tool trucks in the Denver area that week. She's planning on coming by as well with one of their trucks fully loaded with all the PDR Finesse stuff.
Well, I can't say this enough. And if you're a new time comer to a training or even to an event, I can't encourage you enough to come and join us, because it's so relaxed and casual feeling. I mean, it's so easy to get close to each individual. So don't be intimidated. If you've been to a lot of events before, don't miss this one. We're going to be breaking a few secrets while we're out there together, maybe a few announcements, but got to be out there, be the first to hear about it. Doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. Every training I've ever went to over the past 5 years or so, I've always picked up on a small nugget of information. So if you're a veteran in the PDR or even wet sand or detail world, go to those trainings for networking. I promise it will improve efficiency If nothing else, it's going to recharge your batteries about the being passionate about your field again. And I think we need that work-life balance. So a training can be a vacation for the brain. It can re-spark your interest into your passion, and it will pay dividends. I promise. I can't stress that enough.
Oh, I agree with you. I mean, I'm, John will probably agree with me, but I've been doing PDR for, I think this is my 22nd year that I'm pushing Dents, and been training for a bunch of those years as well. But I promise you, every single, not only just events that I go to, and any training that I see, and I watch other guys, they teach and do things, I learn something from every one of those. There's a lot of incredible technicians. I guarantee you that I guarantee you I can watch John do a hail car, and I promise you I'll learn something from John. I don't know everything there is to know about PDR. None of us do, but I will learn from every time I push a dent, I learn something about metal.
Yeah. Well, everything's changing. Materials are changing. The thickness of paint is probably affecting your field as well, as it is, as the detail field. So there's new things that you need to be able to stay on top of. And just going out to the Rupes facility, for instance, me as a trainer, I got some new ideas of how I can train, or how I can impact differently, or how I can take that same information and twist it to the right a little bit and hit someone else's interest with the same info. It's just how it's delivered. And I learned from that. I learned from Sarah when I see her, and Jason out there, Ilya, how they run training is really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, I've known this lady for what 8 years now, almost 8 years. And I mean, just the first time I watched her do paint correction on my truck, by the way, I was like, what?
It makes her so happy too. She never sees herself buff, but like she's doing something, she just has this blissful glow about her when she's polishing paint. And all of a sudden, you're happy. She's happy. You're happy. The whole room gets happy, and the customer's happy with a shiny car. So.
Oh my God! Do you remember last year at the Shine Time Expo when her and Ilya were doing that little microjet?
Oh yeah, dude, that was cool.
The look on their faces working on that little thing. And for those of y'all that are watching, they literally paint corrected and polished this microjet. I've got a picture on my phone. I don't know if I can get it up here to give it to John quick enough, but because I've got a picture of both of them working on it. But it's literally this. It was a racing microjet, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know how fast that thing was, but it's like incredibly fast. But the whole plane is like what, 12 feet long or something.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's super small, and the look on the two of their faces, they're just like,
we're so neurotic, dude.
No, everybody in that place, they stopped. I kid you not, they stopped and was like, I got to get a picture of this. Like it was this, whatever's going on. They may not know anything about what you're doing, but the way you two were acting on that jet, it was special. It was.
Dude, the world could have been burning down, and we would have genuinely had no idea.
What a great way to go.
I'm trying to get one of those pictures real quick to text it to John so he can throw it up real fast. I can't do it from my end. But I mean, literally, the look on their faces.
You guys are making me cheese over here. I wasn't even there.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, it's contagious, man. A good positive attitude, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, so. In anything. I mean, I love watching anybody passionate about their craft.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can throw them up, John, but I just texted you 2 pictures.
He's at least giggling. You know it's good.
Out.
Let's see.
It's not working.
You have to put your palm behind it. Isn't that what they do? They put their palm behind it, bring it to the camera.
But
no, that didn't work. I'm sorry. That was.
Yeah, my background's messing it up. I had to throw a virtual background up because I'm in our spare bedroom, which is also my office, and we're completely redoing it. So literally, I'm surrounded by crap in the room. It looks like a grenade went off in this room right now. So
well, you own a house. Remodeling's an ever-ending project. You get one done and you loop back around to it.
Absolutely. So Sarah, let's talk about a couple of things that we want to get done, where we want to accomplish at the and kind of how we're going to do this. So, like I said, John's going to be there. John's going to help me out with the training. I mean, the two of us will be fine with helping out with it, and a couple of guys that are going to show up are also, we've got some other Dent guys that are going to, be there as well. So, we're all good there. But the first 2 days is going to be just PDR, concentrating on the fundamentals and the basics of what we can do in PDR, how we do it, what can be done, what can't be done, but different techniques, showing some a bunch of demos and the way we would normally train in the exercises that we do, moving somebody into Dents, and then showing a lot of the techniques that we use, from regular glue pulling to cold glue pulling, because cold glue is like so massive in our industry these days. It's so phenomenal. It's such a time saver. John's over here going,
oh yeah.
So wait, Lee, let me get this straight. There's more to PDR than like a long ratchet and a 2x4, and those little those little plungers. There's more to PDR than
plungers.
That. What?
And there's way more to it than dry ice.
No, I don't believe it. I mean, I think I'm at the pinnacle of PDR. So.
Don't even say those words, Lee.
And John will know exactly what
thing. But
and don't get John and I started on an old friend of ours, Hayes, and popcorn.
That is a classic.
That's an inside story, I'm sure.
That's a 20 plus year stretch video that's still out on YouTube.
Well, you have to come to this training to see it. So
yeah, and I'm planning on having my van fully loaded, and some guys can see what a mobile PDR unit looks like, and I'm pretty greedy when it comes to the tools I keep. I had to get custom springs put on the van because it's too heavy. So I'm fully loaded. I have tools from everybody over a 16-year career, and so guys can touch and feel and see all that stuff. And
I can fit all my PDR tools in the bottom drawer of my toolbox. So there might be some improvement to be had.
I think once we get you dialed in, if you catch the bug, it's for me something that you'll never be able to let go of.
It's up my alley. I'm always the business owner that's out in the shop fixing something that the customer didn't pay for. I'm over there geeking out on something, just because I can, and it's fun. And I don't know, I've always done that. So PDR would probably be a natural transition from detailing and adding it on as a service into detailing, right? Especially those small, easy access dents. You can say, hey, I can get this out for you. And I do rubber bumpers all the time with, heat or UV or whatever. And customers love that. So be able to offer something small like that. We need that in the detail industry because it's getting competitive. Detail industry is getting competitive at the higher end.
Well, and I can even help you with that. John actually has in the Dent Reaper tool line. Here's funny that you mentioned the whole bumper thing. John actually has in the Dent Reaper tool line some specific tips that he designed that fit on our interchangeable tooltip rods, right? That would actually make your job pushing that plastic bumper back out so much easier.
Because usually I got red marks all the way up my arm as I'm, dislocate my shoulder to get to the spot I need.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. I hope my fingertips are strong enough.
Well,
we'll show you the dolly tips.
Oh yeah. How many buffers do you want?
It's an embarrassing large amount.
You are no different than we are, my friend.
No, we're the same. We're the same. That I hate to admit it. I shut down my big shop 5 years ago. We were running a 50-man staff. We're putting about 700 cars a month out or so. And I still have all the breakdowns at each one of those shops. Like I have all the extra tools, the extra vacuums, extractors, steamers, pressure washer parts. Oh my gosh, pressure washer parts. And for whatever reason, you keep all this stuff because you never know when you need that one little fitting or whatever it is, you got to have it. So I'm guilty. I'm sure. I'm sure everyone that's detailed has done the same thing. Any matter of time, you some reason you even keep the junk. You never know why, and then you end up throwing it away one day. But that's true. I've got a lot of detailed stuff that's just nostalgia. I've got old antique stuff that I've hung on the wall. What's wrong with me?
I mean,
same here, man. Same here with PDR stuff.
I've
Lee's been
got,
in my garage. You see the tools on the wall.
oh yeah,
So
I've got like 5 tool bags in a cabinet in my garage, right? And I'm talking like big, like you know the big sports bags that like the
Yeah.
softball bags.
Yeah.
I've got like 5 of those in my garage that are full of Dent tools. That I haven't touched those tools in probably 5 or 6 years. Matter of fact, for the very first time, John didn't even know this. For the very first time in my career, I actually let go of some of my old tools. I had a former student, Tatum McCluskey, up in Montana. I love Tatum. She goes by Dean Queen on Instagram. Love Tatum.
Dean Queen.
nice.
She calls me her Dent dad, and I call her my Dent daughter. And she's precious. She's a great tech. She's become really, really amazing. And she called me recently, and she's like, I really need some extra. I want to put a set of tools together for the house. Because she works at a dealership. So obviously when she trained, the delership bought all the tools, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, what do you want? She sent me a picture of some stuff she found on Marketplace. I'm like, no. So I put together a bunch of tools, and I mean, I sold her like, I don't know, I think I sent her like 30 tools and a bunch of accessories and all this stuff for like $800 or $900. I mean, whatever it was. And that's the first time I have ever let tools go. Ever.
It's so funny you say that, because I've got my oldest daughter. She lives in Nashville, and she's got her boyfriend that I like pretty good. And he showed some interest in doing some detailing. It was so quick. I was handing him buffers and supplies and equipment, and he was showing up to be trained. And that's about the only time I'd give tools away, if I'm passing someone else is going to get a benefit out of it. So that's another unique story that's on both sides, I think. So
I same situation. Yeah, that's where I would have so many more old tools in my collection, but oftentimes a local trainer, Don Cavanaugh, if he has a crew in there, I'll bring my old bag and just say, whatever, $20 a rod or whatever, and guys, the new guys need them. They, it feels so good to get them started on that path. So
it's so exciting. I'm excited.
We're actually getting ready to do that. I've got a couple of buddies of mine here locally out in SoCal, in Orange County, that we've talked about. We want to pull a bunch of our old stuff and take them up to Ding King, because the guys are always wanting stuff. And we carry some new tools, and we carry some nice stuff. And Ryan's here. How you doing, buddy? That these guys always need stuff. So it's like it gets it out of our way, and I can help somebody if I let it go and pass it on, pay it forward.
Yeah, what else are you going to do with it? I mean, you're right. They just collect. They'll just sit there, and you've got your new favorite tools, and you're always coming across the new stuff. It's too good to just throw away. So it ends up in storage or an old van or whatever you've got sitting around, So to pass that on, I want to make that a larger effort to do that on my side. So that's good.
I think it's great. I really do. I love being able to do that kind of stuff. Because at the end of the day, like you said, as soon as we got on here, all we really care about is helping people. And that's really what so many of us in the industry are about these days. I've had so many people ask me recently, a bunch of my students too. It's like, what have you seen different in the industry over the PDR specifically over the last, let's say, 10 years? Because I've been in it over 20. Well, I'll tell you the biggest thing. And that is the camaraderie of, our industry. I mean, John has become a dear friend of mine, and I appreciate him, and I love our friendship. His wife and my fiance Chelsea have literally become friends. They text, and John will back me up. They text each other like 15 times a day. They are besties. Period. I love his wife Sally. She's amazing. Chelsea, my love. But she's watching right now, so she can hear me. She's in the
hi, girls.
But the good thing about it is,
hi, Chelsea.
I would have first of all, I would have never met John had it not been for MTE. We became friends at MTE John, 8 years ago, 9, something like that.
Sounds about right.
Something like that. But the thing that's so different in our industry today, 10 years ago, let's just take John and I. John and I, we're in the same location. We're in the same area. He's got the Ford store, and I'm working the Chevy store next door. I'm charging $65 a panel. John's charging $75 a panel. Okay. 10 years ago, I'm calling the Ford store that John's got and going, why are you paying John $75 a panel? I'll do it for you for $65. Okay. Today,
race to the bottom.
Yeah,
exactly. Today, John's calling me and going, bro, I'm next door getting $75 a panel. You need to up your price.
Raise your prices. Yeah. Set the tone for the area, man. That's what you got to do.
That's the difference in our industry today. And I think it goes for the detail side too.
It's starting to go that way, Lee. And I'll tell you, when I started 25 years ago, detailers hated each other. They hated each other, especially locally. Yeah, and I think the detailing Haynes manual was the only thing out there that you had any kind of reference, because really that was before the internet was any kind of thing useful. So there wasn't there wasn't any training, there wasn't any networking so much, and everyone hated each other. So to watch that happen over the past couple decades, to change in camaraderie, it's improved the environment, I think. So
it really is. It truly, truly does.
Sarah, tell us a story about the PDR. We can't leave her out. She's over there being quiet. So I know she's got some. She's got some.
She's over there laughing about something.
Well, because she's been holding back. Go ahead, Sarah. Cut it loose, darling.
And I mean, just to piggyback off earlier when we were talking about events and the relationships that you obtain from these events, 3 out of the 4 folk that are on this call right now, I have. John, we will have a relationship after this event. Kirk and I mean, Kirk's family to me, he's literally had supper with my parents, like him and his wife, Lee, I won't make either of us too emotional on this call right now, but I mean, I am quite literally in the state that I live in and where I am today because I decided on a drunken whim to go to a PDR training and I met Lee. Like you just literally never know.
You never know. It can shape your life. Yeah.
And it did. I swear on everything I love, me deciding in that intoxicated state of mind to enroll for that class and pay whatever thousands of dollars my drunk self did led me to Lee. And it quite literally paved an entire different road for my life that I didn't know any of this existed. Like me sitting in this building right now, I literally had no idea that this was an option.
And you don't know when you get out to these trainings and networking. Like, I think everyone has a story like that. It's pretty awesome.
And I got to say, guys, this is whoever's idea this was. I love this model. It's a nice dip your toe in. It's not a huge commitment. You still get everybody together. We got a 3-day event. We're gonna have a blast and learn a lot.
Huge value.
But yeah, for $600, like you cannot go wrong.
Yeah, and Colorado is killer too. I don't know if you haven't been to Colorado, especially this time of year, it is gorgeous. And if you want to get cold, just drive up the mountain. It's cold up there, and it doesn't have any oxygen. Ask me how I figured that one out.
and they just got smacked with hail yesterday too.
Oh yeah, what a great opportunity!
Right?
Yeah.
How's the Jeep, sweetheart?
Well, as of this very moment, it's sitting in a parking lot, a little bit a ways. Like I had to walk here because I thought I could fix my car myself instead of hiring a professional because that would be too logical. And now things aren't reading each other. So it's just going to sit in that parking lot until, I don't know, whenever I figure it out. That's another time's problem. But other than that, it's
future
great.
Problem.
Sorry I brought it up.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I'm not available for like the rest of like the next 6 days. So I don't know when that's going to get fixed, but everything else is going really good.
Fair enough.
You want
My
to
bad.
unlock any? You want to unlock any more trauma, Lee? You got any?
Yeah, this is a good therapy session. You know, we'll just call this Dent Therapy. You know, just change the podcast name. This is Dent Therapy.
It's
Not to be
funny you
confused
say
with
that. I call when I get locked in, like on a hail car or big smash or whatever. It is like therapy. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I agree.
It's meditative in a way that is impossible to describe, but Lee
Yeah.
knows what I'm talking about, and
Oh, for sure.
every other Dent guy knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, it is mental therapy. It's
I
a
think
beautiful thing.
I think that's how detailers get locked in on paint because I haven't ever met a detailer who's like, man, I need some carpet extracting therapy. Like nobody wants one, man. I really want to scrub that headliner therapy, you know. You don't see like the here I'm in action correcting this headliner. No, we really like the paint. Oh, we really like the paint and getting that final result. So
Humans like shiny things.
you
There's
know what
like literally a
aggravates
whole
me
science behind
about
it. You know?
I'm paint correcting something. It looks beautiful, but I've got these 3 or 4 dings in it. And I was like, man, yeah, only if I knew how to PDR, I can just get those things out of there. Like I'm seeing so much potential at how much value I can add to my detail business and other detail businesses too. And just something like to geek out on, like you said, that Zen moment, you know, just getting in there and enjoying the time and getting some therapy. So I'm so looking forward to this. Like I'm hyping it up. I'm hyping me up.
Kirk, I think we got you. I think John and I got you covered.
Yeah.
But no, John's right. Y'all all three are right. It's like that's one of the reasons why when I took my leave of absence from dinking last year to go back on the hail trail, I did that. It's like I genuinely just missed being a full-time technician and missed that. Just get in a shop, put my headphones on, crank the music up in my ear, not have to pay attention to anything but take a golf ball, something that literally looks like a golf ball, and make it perfect again.
Yeah.
And I'll say it, I still get off on that. I still enjoy it. It's very satisfying to when I look at a car and I start on something that may have anywhere from 200 dents to 3,000 dents on it. You never know. Depends on the damage. And go from just literally looking like a beat to snot golf ball and put it back to showroom finish. When I'm done, it's just a beautiful thing.
Well, someone was trying to get better fuel economy. You've seen that Mythbusters, whether it's a golf ball, they're just trying to get good fuel economy. You did it as a charity and you run their whole thing. Now they're going to pay extra for fuel. Yeah. Do you ever go up to a parking lot and say, I can get that dent out? Pull up to Walmart and be like, yeah, I can get that dent out.
These days, to be honest with you,
see them at 70 miles an hour going down the freeway.
Like,
hey, I'm 57 years old now, and I am in the best shape of my life, by the way, but my shoulders aren't what they used to be. I have a tendency more than when I see something going down the road that I probably would have fixed at one time, and I look at it now and go, like, no, that just hurts me looking at it. But you know what's funny? My daughter, who's 22, and I never trained her to push dents, right? But she's been around it my entire career. When that kid was like 8 years old, 9 years old, we could pull into a mall parking lot, and she would spot a hail car.
You ruined her.
Across the parking lot. It was like, she goes, "Hey, Dad, you can fix that." I'm like, "Yep, you're right." And then she
your own little scout.
Oh yeah, but then she'd go, "I bet you don't want to do that one." And you're like, "No," because quarter panels hanging off the car as it drives down the street, kind of thing. But yeah,
that's great. Yeah, I've rubbed off of my kids as well too. So not so much my youngest one. I guess after the third one or so, you start caring less. And the cars start to get dirtier as the third kid starts riding in them. But my oldest daughter, she was so particular because I'm so particular about cars. Everything was neat, and like she would step over the door jambs and make sure not to grab the window to shut the door. And here she was, a little 5-6-year-old, like doing all these little weird car things because she saw me do it.
Have you seen any of those videos where the videos of the kids walking up to the side of the car with an actual ball peen hammer and start putting dents in. No.
No.
By the way, John,
Nah.
Jimmy, you just put that comment up. Jimmy, thank you
Yeah.
very much. Jimmy's one of the guys that has signed up that's coming to the training.
Oh,
So,
I can't wait to meet you, Jimmy. Yeah, this is going to be an awesome
Yeah,
time.
Jimmy. Heck yeah. Love
Yeah,
it, love
so
it.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy's coming. I can't wait to meet him. So,
Yeah.
One of my best friends in grade school was named Jimmy, so I'm sure we'll get along great. So that's how relationships work, right? Like I knew a guy once that had your name.
Jimmy.
We're going to be best friends.
I love that. That's so random, but good for you.
It wasn't random. You're just not following. Come on. I mean, you are the Lee Roth and all, but
It wasn't Jimmy Carter, was it?
no, not that old. I don't think.
Grade school, right? Yeah, you're not that. I mean, you got almost as much gray in your beard.
No, that's wisdom. No, it's whitening toothpaste. I keep dripping down my chin. I don't know. I need to be more careful. That's all that is. That's definitely not gray hair. So, yeah.
Oh my God. Anyhow, so I think we rattled off most of the specifics. On the and we'll throw a couple more posts up about because Sarah was really good. She put together a list of places to stay close by the Bigfoot Academy as far as hotel wise.
Yeah.
And I've got that list posted, but I'll repost all that information. Sarah, that's not on the events page, is it?
What?
Or is it the hotel information and stuff like that? It's not on the events page, is it?
No, that was a Sarah
Okay.
document, not a Rupes document.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'll put that up on I'll share it to several pages and groups. Kirk, if I didn't already send that to you, I'll send it to you so you can put it out in the detailers of the roundtable.
Yeah.
And some of the other detail groups that I'm not privy to be in yet. But yeah, there's a bunch of information on both of those info. Also, you can get some of the basic information though on Rupes's website. It's rupesusa.com/events. That the training dates and all that information is on there. It is $600 per person. All you have to do to sign up is email me directly, pdrzenmaster@gmail.com. You can reach out. Hell, you can. I don't care. You can even call me. It's 817-894-6271. Send me an email, message me, DM me on Facebook, Instagram, however you need to get a hold of me. It's
signal,
all good. Smoke signal.
Yeah.
I'll pay attention to it.
It takes a little bit longer to get there, but
Jimmy just said, not old as Jimmy Carter, but I am 81 years old. We need to buy a new. John, you need to buy a new cap. He's Dr. Jimmy. It's Dr. J's Auto Recon, if I remember correctly, right? But hopefully he'll text. But anyhow,
Dr. J in Oregon.
What's wrong with my cap?
Jimmy, that's not old. It's
just getting broke in.
Like
it's cork. It's cork.
Nice.
Yes.
I like cork hats.
It's
I
hard.
like cork hats. I like it.
And you can polish glass with that.
Very nice. I like it.
Well, thank you, Sarah and Jimmy. I'll consider it. I do have a nice hat collection in the garage.
Oh, he's got, y'all don't understand. He's got a massive hat collection. They're all over his garage. They hang up.
I had to stop buying hats. I was like, it's getting out of hand. Like I started having to stack them and cradle in, and it's bad. All the trade shows I get hats. So
I got to throw a shout out to my boy over here for a second, because I love baseball caps, but this bald head does not like wearing them.
No,
I have a hard time.
Do they just slide right off, or how's that work? Is it just
no? Actually, I just have a hard time finding one that fits comfortably to my dumb dome. Okay, but honestly, my favorite cap that I absolutely have ever had is one of his Sure Fits. It's a solid black, got the same Dent Reaper logo on it. It's just a solid black, but it's the Sure Fit. Favorite hat. It's the only one I can actually wear that does not hurt my head.
Now I kind of want one.
Sorry, John, I threw you under the bus.
I'll give you guys the tea on this, and any business owner, I would recommend this company to. It's called Hat Launch, and they make custom hats. You send them your logo and what have you. But Hat Launch, they do have some really nice hats. I mean, they have a huge variety, but yeah, it's whatever flex fit hat Lee's talking about. I get a ton of comment of
Sarah's writing that down right now.
Yeah, so she can never look at it again.
.net.org.
.com, hatlaunch.com. Yep. They've been super good to me over the years. I've got a ton of hats from them. Not this one though.
Super good.
But
is that corecat.com?
Yeah, this one is badge caps.
They missed an opportunity.
They had these. This is a metal logo.
Yeah,
mine's the material. It's not the metal one, but okay. Now I definitely I cannot wait to meet Jimmy.
Is it?
I don't know if y'all just saw his comment.
No,
it's
I'm
Dr. J's
not
Auto Restore. So it's Dr. J's Auto Restore. I missed it, but read that.
So Ministry for Widows, Single Moms, and Struggling Students who need a career, detailing, PDR, and spray painting.
Rattle can. It's got to be rattle can.
All right, Jimmy, you're my people, bro. I can't wait to meet you.
I heard sheer honesty is the best way to run a business. Like mediocre dent repair. It's good enough dent repair.
Jimmy can be the only one that shows up, and we're gonna have a blast.
We may not learn how to push a dent, but we're gonna have a good time.
I like it. A new dent and detail business. Sort of flat, sort of clean.
It's okay. It's like the okay. Now, back in the 70s, the GM stores had okay used cars. I like that because they're okay. It's just okay used cars. So I think we should go back to that. It's okay dent repair. Okay auto detailing.
Hey, I've always wanted to change the name of my old hail company to Almost Done.
Almost Done.
That's like what I was telling the R&I guy all day today.
I'm going to name mine.
Almost Done.
I think I'm going to name mine. It'll probably need a paint job dent repair.
You should have taken this to the body shop, PDR.
You needed a new hood, sir.
I always wanted to open up the detail back in Texas, the detail shop that was called Lee's Polish Shop, and the slogan was going to be "Come get your rod polished."
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. There's a lot of good ones that I'm not going to say. I don't feel like I know who's listening.
Sarah, do not throw up on camera. Stop it.
My slogan for my mobile detailing business when I had it, and more people than not loved it, but there were certainly some people that loathed it, and they were very honest and transparent about that. But my quote was, "We came here to get wet." And there were plenty of people, who, and I never thought about it until after the shirts and everything were done. And then,
of course, you didn't.
Were they at least white shirts?
Would you also like to tell both of these gentlemen the name of your detailing company?
it was Wanderlust Detailing, but I had a nickname. I don't know how this came about, but yeah, I have a very hard time being in one place for quite any time, John. But somehow I gained the nickname of the Mermaid Detailer. I don't know how or where that came about, but then my logo ended up being a mermaid on top of a car, but the car looked like a great white shark. It was pretty cool. Yeah, and the mermaid hair had dreadlocks because at the time I had dreadlocks and it was cute.
I bet you could draw up some killer tattoos. Original ones for sure.
We came here to get wet. It was great.
I'm just, you know what? That's a good idea, Kirk. I think I'm gonna buy a tattoo gun before I come to the training.
Oh,
And I'm just gonna
that's
put
the
it
worst
in
of
her
ideas.
hand and go, draw something
No,
on
I
me.
like that idea.
But I'm so that person that would say yes, and I already have tattoos to prove it. So let's not do that, Lee, because I
She
like
has
it
poor
here.
impulse control.
I've
I
made
think
it
we all
this
do.
long. I've made it this long without a tattoo. I know what
Uh,
happens when I hang out with Lee. We probably
However,
don't need.
so we got to knock you out and then tattoo you. I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
however, what you don't know is he actually was the cause of a tattoo. There's a dear friend of ours in the industry, Gregory, who lives up in where is it?
Iowa.
Iowa, and everybody calls him Greg. Gray is what his nickname is.
Gregory.
Gregory. John actually did this freaking giveaway deal a year or so ago. Gray went and got a tattoo of the Dent Reaper logo.
Yeah, that's
A
we've
good
got
way
some
to.
we've got some
That's
tattoos in the
dedication.
detail industry like that.
Cheap
Yes,
way
we
to win a
do.
contest. Cheap way to win a contest, Gregory.
Right, exactly. So
I haven't even went that
far.
far. Now my co-founder of the Roundtable, Mike, he's getting a Roundtable tattoo, which I really applaud him. He's really showing the dedication to the company. Now he has to succeed. It's on his skin, right?
Right. Hey, I told Todd Sudak, who owns the Dink King, I told him years ago I'd get a Dink King, logo as a tramp stamp, but he was going to have to pay me, but he wouldn't fork up enough money to do it.
Yeah, wow. And is that going to bring how much business is that going to bring in?
It would have brought me in 6 figures if he would have upped it.
I think if you got it on your forehead, maybe I could see a dinking neck tattoo on you. Maybe.
Now, if you got, hey, all kidding aside, that if you're dedicated enough to put a Ding King on your forehead, I'm really using you because I mean, you're all about pushing dents. Just put a PDR tool on the side of your face so people will have to ask, "What's that?"
I don't know how that would look right there.
It's fine. It's fine.
Where would the wrinkle hit?
It's kind of hit or miss, Good luck.
It would end up being Dink.
What's DG?
All right, we're dumb.
Here's a question coming in from Jimmy. He says he doesn't know Kirk, and he wants to know where you're located and current work after getting rid of your company.
Actually, I stayed in Cookeville. See, I've got family here, Cookeville, Tennessee. We're about an hour outside of Nashville, and this is where I started my detail career 25 years ago. Remember phone calls with my dad. Dad, I can do this. My dad's disappointed in me. You're not going to clean cars. I sent you to college. I said, no, I'm cleaning cars. And it was my passion, and I loved it. So did that for 25 years. The pandemic hit. We actually bought property to build a big facility on. And I'm glad that the pandemic hit because it slowed me down to realize that I want my time with my family and my friends. And so that's when we flipped on the other side of the industry, started going to trainings and networking. And I said, man, it's time to pass the torch on. I want to see other people passionate about what I was passionate about and ride the ups and downs, or if I can help somebody from failing. I had to eat crow and face plant a lot. So if I can save another kid and rocket him ahead 10 years without all those mistakes, man, it's really rewarding. It's probably the most rewarding thing I've done is watch a kid's eyes light up and they get it, and they look around and they look back what they just did. They're like, wow, I did that, and they have that passion. So, I still actually operate a full-time detail shop here in Cookeville. I'm just very boutique, if that's a word for a detail shop. But I got rid of all my wholesale accounts. I do a high-end fleet account. And I do a lot of ceramics and personal work, paint corrections, hot rods, and show cars and stuff. So, which I bottlenecked. I started at a very big customer base, and I funneled it down to the work I want to work on. And I get to see my family every night on a schedule. I don't work weekends. My life with my kids has improved, with my wife's improved. it's a work-life balance, guys. So don't make it all about work. You're going to miss that opportunity, and you can't buy time. No matter how much money you make, you can't buy that time back. So remember that. If you're going to waste any time or spend any extra time, come out to the training in Colorado. But bring your family. Bring your family. You're always welcome. My wife will be with me. So
Love it, love it.
I can't agree
did
with
I
you more,
answer the
Kurt.
question, or did I go all around it? Huh?
Oh,
No,
you answered the
you
question
did.
Okay.
definitely.
I
But
do that
you
sometimes. I'll
inspired
go
me.
out on a tangent and totally not answer the question.
You inspired me to ask another question. So,
Okay.
I'm sure you get this a lot. You've dealt with a lot of newcomers in the industry.
Uh-huh.
So, when you have a new detailer, what is one thing you would say to them as they're starting their career? Like, how do you cut the learning curve or improve the time to success?
Well, a lot of it is get general business knowledge. Go to a professional training that will eliminate all those wrongdoings. You can throw a lot of money in the wrong directions. And a lot of people get the shiny bug and they want to buy the new thing right away. They want to compete with that guy that's been in business years and really wants to fluff himself up. And all he does is drive himself out of business, spends too much money too quick, doesn't realize I got to pay taxes. I got to have a emergency fund. If I get sick, I get injured. Those are things that will cause you to fail quicker than anything. Simply put, is cash flow. You've got to manage your cash flow and don't overspend it. Just because you got some money in the bank, that's not all your money. That's the business's money. So you've got to realize what money is coming in the door and what money is actually yours to spend. And that'll keep you from failing. A sheer drive and passion. Find you a mentor. Go to the right trainings. It's really going to cut out a lot of mess. Don't go to YouTube. Not that there's not good stuff on YouTube. It's just so convoluted and so confusing that you really need to learn an SOP, a standard operating process that gets you to the goal, no matter what you're doing, and then repeat over and over again. That's going to get you successful in the detailing world. Always say it's like always say this analogy. It's like a Big Mac. Anywhere you go in the nation, you order a Big Mac at McDonald's. What does it taste like? It's a Big Mac. You know what you're
It's a
getting.
big man, yeah.
Yeah, it's not the best burger ever, but there's millions and millions sold because someone came there and said, okay, I want a Big Mac. They get a Big Mac. Now, same thing applies to your detail business. If they come in and they get one job one time and they get like a Whopper the next time, it's not the same work. They're not going to be repetitive and come back. So I think consistency is key to success too. So that's why it's important to get trained, learn the SOP, and don't go through trial and error like I had to do to figure it out on my own. So I think that's the best advice I can do is really latch on to a process and the real training. So
Heck yeah.
I,
Love it, love
I
it.
would wholeheartedly agree with that. To be honest with you, I mean, with all the guys that I train, the interesting thing is like, and I think John will agree with me. Learning to push a dent on the PDR side is only part of the battle. You know,
yeah.
Yeah, you
Well,
have what
absolutely.
I call the triple D's: drive,
Mhm.
desire, and dedication. That's number one. If you don't have that, I can't teach you those three things. You have to have that. But I think the predominant failure, whether it's, and I think this is in any small business, especially, but definitely in PDR and in detail, is guys truly don't understand what it takes to build their business
Oh, they get
and be able to
discouraged.
grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it doesn't matter if you're building a wholesale side or retail, brick and mortar, mobile. None of that matters. It's all of the things that you have to go through to build that business, whether it's marketing or how much money you need to spend or any of that. And it's like I have guys that they come in all the time that literally they spend their last dime, which I totally don't recommend. They
Right.
spend their
Don't do
last
that.
dime for that training, and they expect or need to be able to go home. And it doesn't matter how long they do training. I do trainings from anywhere from 2 weeks to 12 weeks, right? And I don't care if they're there 2 weeks or if they're there 12 weeks. When they go home, I'm not suggesting it by the slightest that they can't go home and make money. They can. But you better have some money sitting in the bank. And I didn't
Mhm.
do it this way. So I struggled. The first couple of years was bad, right? But it's like you better have, if you've got a full-time job, keep your full-time job.
Keep it. Yeah, schedule it around it. I can't say that enough.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
feast
yeah.
or famine, right? A lot of people get busy for a couple weeks, they quit everything. And then it
Mhm.
dries up. They're like, what happened? I was so busy. I was like,
Right.
it takes years to gain that recurring business that's always showing up. It takes years to do that,
for sure.
or a lot of
Well, and
money in marketing.
especially for what John and I, typically have done doing
Yeah.
hail. You're talking about, first of all, relying on Mother Nature, who is a fickle bitch, right? She is. She just is. You never. I mean, I took my leave of absence.
I
last
would
year.
never say that
year.
about her, by the way. She's blessed me this year with a beautiful storm, and thank you.
Yeah, I know. Well, hey, I picked the wrong year to take off and go back hail chasing. Last year sucked.
Yeah.
It was a bad year for most hail guys. It really was. This year, I wish I was back on the road, but I'm happy with where I'm at. But to your point, Kirk, honestly, about the whole time thing, it's also one of the reasons why I went back. Besides, I miss teaching and I missed helping people. Yeah. And it's my platform to really help as many people that want to break into our industries as I can. And because we do not just PDR, obviously, we do detailing and we do, paint correction and coatings and wheel repair and bumper repair and window tinting and everything. But being on the road, John will attest to this. He does it still all the time. He's away from home, a good part of the year.
It's rough. Yeah.
It is rough. It's expensive to be on the road, number one. And yes, people see the numbers that hail guys can generate, and it looks like, oh my God.
Right.
It can be incredibly fruitful. Don't get me wrong. But they also don't realize a lot of times what we give up to pull that off. Yeah. We're away from home. He's away from Sally a lot of the time.
It's a trade-off.
From Chelsea. Yeah. I was away from Chelsea for literally like 5 months last year. And we got engaged last January, and then I'm gone 5 months, right?
Yeah.
And thank God.
That's why we teach the work-life balance, because you can be the best to be gone all the time and you're miserable because you don't get that time at home. I didn't realize how much I missed until I didn't realize kids grew so quick. And you're like, I missed that. I missed that whole time. Like, I thought they were just going to be little forever. And they, in fact, are not little forever. And it's just, it's gone in an instant. And, back to your point about the trainings, though, one thing that I think is overlooked about attending the training, I think as a business owner, you're coming out to this training, you need to get a lot of pictures and videos of it, and then put it on your business page and your personal page. Because what that does is it gets any potential client saying, hey, I've heard of him before, but he's investing in himself. He's training with the best of the best. He's really increasing his skill. I'm going to give him a try. Oh, wow, I didn't know he was doing classes like that. I'm going to that guy. So those little pushes right there is going to get you business that you never knew you missed. Because those are the type of customers that are silent about they're not calling around, they're watching the person. And people buy from people. And if you put off that good personality and you're trustworthy and you do the good work and you're also invested in education, I mean, that's a good recipe to expedite that success or that busier schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah.
Well, especially with social media today. Let's face it, as much as no, you're okay. I'm sorry. Let's face facts. As much as some of the older, my generation, Gen X, here we are. As much as I hate to admit it, right, about social media and how important it is today, and marketing and communication and networking and everything. First of all, let's face it. Instagram searches on Instagram is like number 2 behind Google right now, and it has been for years. More people search for services on Instagram than anywhere else short of Google, right? And I think that statistic is still accurate. Hopefully, if I'm not misquoting.
Yeah, there's a lot. AI is changing a lot of that too.
It's changing so rapidly, you can't keep up. So what I did nothing. I did nothing. So that way I can't fail or win on any investment in any particular platform. I did nothing. I don't suggest that.
No, that's.
But the point
can't fool me.
The point I'm making though is you're exactly right. When you post those things and you show that networking and the trainings and the things that you do, that you are out there trying to make yourself better for your customer.
Yeah, you're doing it for them.
To do a better job for your customer at a point that hits home. Mm-hmm. It may not hit home with everybody, but it's going to hit home with the customer base that you're looking for.
Be
And
genuine.
I think that's where,
yeah,
I think that's also where a lot of people make a mistake.
Customer.
Well, people can see right through the nonsense. Just be genuine. Whoever you are, if you're a goofy guy, be goofy. If you're just real stern or whatever, just be that. And that customer will build a relationship with you, and they'll feel comfortable around you. So the more you share about the real self, the victories and the failures, I think it's important to do. And from Gen X and time as well, that's something we tucked away and didn't do. But I think it's important to reach this new generation. It is like we tucked it down and swallowed it and never went to therapy and just went to her deathbed, a grumpy old man complaining about the kids playing on her lawn. But I don't think it's healthy.
Yeah, I would say, to your point, when you're posting about your business, you got to put your face. I mean, I put this stupid face out there all the
Turn it
time.
around. Yeah, turn the camera around.
I mean, think about it, guys. You're clearly anybody. You got to put your face out there. Like you said earlier, Kirk. People buy from people, and it doesn't matter if you are showing just immaculate before and afters, whether it's dent repair or detail. They don't know who the person is behind that. They're not going to, be comfortable buying from you. Here's a guy that does it so good, James Ricci, out of Jacksonville.
Great dude.
Yeah, and his videos are phenomenal.
They are.
I love your style, James. Keep it smooth, boy. She's smooth.
So he's saying, what would be the most difficult thing about being in detail business? Is he in PDR? I didn't see who that was.
Yeah, he's an excellent PDR technician. Yeah.
So it's probably going to be real similar to the PDR side of thing. It's going to be that feast or famine, balancing the fly by nights and the people that pop in and scam people and stuff. I mean, you're going to get all that. The best thing I've learned is to stay in your lane. Just produce the work that you produce. Don't bicker about the other guy. Because that really hurt everybody, and that was something that was really rampant in the detailing world. Is that they just bash the other person, and there's no sense in doing that. Do what you do well, advertise what you do. If someone asks about another detailer, just say that's an option, and it's up to us to make that shift, to make that change. With the PDR, weather permitting, depending if you're doing wholesale work or doing retail work, how your demographic is going to make a big difference. Your personality can make a big difference, but your schedule, your availability, your trustworthiness is a big impact too. So hopefully that kind of answers your questions. I'm sure it's the same as PDR. Burnout is a real struggle, okay, because it's so repetitive. You're doing the same thing over and over, and sometimes you just get burned out on your passion. And that's why I've learned going to these trainings and stuff. It recharges my batteries. So the hardest thing for me long term was burnout. I'd hit a wall, then I'd come back and hit a wall. And I learned to stay consistent on my end at my age and my depth of how long we've been in business is recharge my batteries, take that break, go to that training, be around the ones that influence you, that impact you the most, that are most passionate about it. That's really the hurdles. And that's probably similar to most any business. I think that's the human condition, not necessarily our industry.
Speaking of battery pack, charging batteries, I got to get my battery pack real quick because my phone is about to shut off on us. So I will be right back, but please carry on, guys.
Mine was at like 7%. That's probably enough for.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned John, you mentioned, and Kirk, you agreed with about the just be yourself. Because and you know me, and Kirk, you know how I am. You know the things I do at MT, and John and I, John totally knows who I am, and I'm an idiot. I love acting a fool. I love making people laugh. I love making people smile. And it's funny that just recently I had a guy that he came in for some training, and he had been doing some detail, a little bit of stuff on the side. I forget where he was from. But he was at MTE in 24, right?
Yeah.
And I don't even remember how this got brought up, right? But somehow he realized when the day after he got there for training, the first day, second day, something like that, about Elvis at MTE. And I went, oh, you saw Elvis at MTE? He goes, yeah, it was really cool. He was on the microphone. And I'm like, you know I'm Elvis, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, what? So I pulled up. It's my Facebook profile pic. I pulled it up on Facebook. He's like, I'm being trained by Elvis. I'm like,
yep.
Skippy.
Well, it's so exhausting
like,
to put on a facade. It's so exhausting putting on a facade and acting like someone you think you should be. That's exhausting. So, sure, you're going to attract people, but it's the wrong people because you're having to fake to be that person. If you're just yourself, you're going to attract people that naturally gravitate towards you. And I've learned that it's way better. It's way better.
Oh yeah.
Not being prim and proper all the time or trying to do, walk a certain way. You get in your own head. Just be yourself like you're talking to a friend, no matter if you've known them for a minute or years. I think that's a good trick. Just be yourself, and people will gravitate towards you. I promise.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I ran YouTube ads early in my retail career, and I mean, people would be like, "Oh, you're the guy from the video.
You're that guy." Yeah.
The job is almost closed already when you get there. Like,
right.
Well, Sarah tells me all the time I need to turn around the camera and like talk to it. And that's something I personally struggle with. It's hard for me to do that. I have a lot of introverted tendencies, even though I'm extroverted too, but my comfort zone's not peopling, so I can get over peopled. And learning just to be yourself really allows me to people longer, if that makes sense. But it's hard to turn around that camera and engage people because you're worrying about what you're saying and how you're looking. All you gotta do is turn it around and do it. I know that, but juggling other things. But one day, Sarah, I won't let you down. It may be my vlog from my deathbed, but I'm going to make it.
Well, it's true. Trust me. I mean, hey, don't forget, you're talking to a guy that used to weigh 517 pounds at my heaviest. Okay. I wasn't always this crazy nut that has no care in the world getting on a camera, getting in front of a microphone, stepping up on a stage in front of people, whether it's MTE, PDR Expo, anywhere. I don't care where it is. I wasn't always this outgoing, and I mean, there was a lot of times I was just like, I'd sit in the shadows. I didn't want to be out in front of people, and it's like, I finally got to a point in my life that I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm just going to be me. This is who I am. I'm not the person necessarily to say, if you don't like it, I don't really give a crap. Get over it. It's not, and it's not that, even though that's kind of the way I feel. It's just a matter of I'm going to be me. Okay. I'm going to be me, whether I'm on here with y'all, whether I'm making an Instagram live, a video, the videos that I do for Dean King that are on our YouTube page. And, so many of my students are like, oh, you're on the video. I'm like, yeah, I'm right here. Me. I'm the guy training you.
And I know it works, Lee, because like I got in the industry at the meets and stuff or online, I got a lot of people in the industry reaching out to me because they've met me and they've got to know my personality. The same thing will happen for a customer. And I know that works because it doesn't happen in my, in my own town, right? It's because I'm not spinning that camera around. The only time you mainly see me is at these events, MTE or these trainings or whatever, but we're in the same circle. So those people approach me and talk to me a lot or reach out to me. So I know it works. That's a great test. It would work with customers too. So that's a pretty good proven method.
It's so true. I'll never forget it. It was, can't remember if it was 2000, if it was 25 or 24 at the Anson open house in Burleson, Texas, at Anson PDR. I was literally standing at the taco truck. Christina gets a taco truck out there to serve us all lunch and everything every year. And I'm standing at the taco truck waiting on my tacos. And I see this young gentleman, young Hispanic dude, really nice kid. He's probably, I think he was about 18, right? And I can tell he's clocking me, right? Not in a bad way, but he's kind of hovering and watching and everything. And I don't really think anything of it. And I get my food, go sit down, and I'm sitting there munching on my tacos. And then all of a sudden, he and his parents were there also. They walk up to the table, and I was sitting at the table. I think I was by myself. And I'm not sure where Chelsea was, but I was sitting there. She may have been there. And he was like, do you mind if we sit down? And I'm like, no, help yourself. Sit down. All good. He proceeds to tell me he's been following me on social media. He's watched all my YouTube videos. and I don't even do that many, but I've got a bunch out there. And he's like, I want to get into PDR. I've been really wanting to talk to you. I've been trying to do it myself. I've watched all your videos. Anyhow, long story short, super kid, super nice, and it's because exactly what you're talking about, that I'm just me. No matter where I'm at, no matter what I'm doing, no matter who I'm talking to, it doesn't matter. I'm Lee Roth. That's
they
me.
put their guard down. If you walk into a room and you're machoing out, you're looking and you've got your scowl on and everything, you're not real approachable. And anybody that has to shake your hand, they're going to emulate you. They're going to watch your face and they're going to be very stern and very however you're doing, especially if they're wanting to talk to you. Now, if you come in there and you're just chatting up, you pat them on the back.
Is that why I meet so many crazy people?
Probably, yeah. But it lets their guard down, so you get to know them as an individual, and they open up more to you, and all of a sudden everything becomes easier. Then same thing with customer. You find a common ground with them, and it's not so transactional. It becomes a relationship, and that's true in training, getting people in the industry, networking. True with your customer. Heck, it's true in life in general. So
it is.
This is definitely turned into a therapy, Dent therapy podcast.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Listen to this lightning toothpaste a little bit.
Well, speaking of which, guys, we've run over the hour mark. We try to keep it around an hour.
Holy smokes! Yeah.
This flew by. So great times.
Just like the training seminars going there.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Speaking of which, before we say our goodbyes, everybody, go check out the Facebook group page. Email Lee if you want to attend with us. It's June 17th through the 19th at the Rupes Bigfoot Academy in Denver, Colorado. And we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna learn a lot. And I'm super excited. So is there anything we missed? Any other closing notes anybody needs to throw in?
I don't think so, and I think we lost Kirk. He's locked up.
He froze up.
He froze up.
He did say he was on 7% battery, so
he did.
That's when Sarah got her battery.
Right.
I was prepared.
Mine's on the charger too, sitting right here. No, I think all the info's out there. Like I said, between the events page and the different my Facebook page. I know, John, you're posting it on the Dent Reaper page. The events page on the RupesUSA.com website has some basic info. At the end of the day, just DM me or email me at pdrzenmaster@gmail.com, and I'll give you all the info on it. I'll send you everything that you need. It's super simple to sign up. I just need your basic info: name, business name, email address, phone number, and then I'll send you a link on the payment link, and then we're good to go. That's all we need.
Me and Sarah swapped places now, so I'm back. My phone died. I told you it was going to.
We figured.
Hold it. Love it. All right. Well, good deal.
Absolutely.
Thank
y'all so much. We appreciate it. It's been fun.
Guys.
Pleasure.
Appreciate you guys.
Wait to see y'all in a couple of weeks.
Can't wait.
Oh, I can't wait. And if you're on the fence about coming, sign up right now. Like, there's a few spots, right? I think there's a few spots left. Fill those spots in. Love to meet you. Love to chat with you and get to know each other. So we'll see you then.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Heck yeah.
Thank you guys.
Until the 17th, you guys, everybody remember, you got to live your dreams.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether it's dents in dreams or details in dreams, we've got to have dreams.
Just don't have nightmares. Don't live those out. Only happy dreams.
Speaking of the 7th.
Just wanted to thank you for listening to another episode of Dents and Dreams. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, compliments, or complaints, I can be reached at Dent Reaper across social media. And be sure to subscribe to the Dents and Dreams Facebook group and or YouTube channel, because that's where it'll happen if and when we go live. Thanks again.